At the baby shower I threw for my sister, my fiancé pulled me aside and whispered, "We need to talk. It's about her." He confessed they'd been close since our last breakup. I laughed. I thought he was joking. Then my sister giggled and said, "We didn't mean to fall in love." I left without a word. 2 weeks later, I sent them a wedding gift. It wasn't from the registry. It was from a doctor, with my name on it. I don't know how to start this, but here goes. I'm 33, from Bellingham, Washington. I used to think betrayal came with warning signs. Like in movies where you catch someone sneaking around or you overhear something. But real betrayal? It's quiet. It walks into your life wearing the face of people you love. And it doesn't ask for permission. It happens during happy moments. Like at your little sister's baby shower. Let me back up. My sister, Chloe, is 28. We've never been close, not really. She was always the pretty one, the fun one, the one who could screw up and still be forgiven because she knew how to cry at just the right moment. Me? I was the one who cleaned up her messes. Dad left when we were kids, so I kind of stepped in. Made sure she got to school, made sure she ate, picked her up from parties. She never really grew up. People say I'm harsh about her, but they don't know. They didn't see her drunk in the middle of the street at 3 a.m. while I dragged her into my car. They didn't see her cry because her landlord was kicking her out, and I gave her half my rent. Still, I loved her. You don't stop loving someone just because they're selfish. At least I didn't. Last year, things started looking up. I got engaged to Nate. He was a mechanic, quiet, kind, funny in that awkward way. We'd had rough patches, sure. We broke up once for 3 months, another time for a few weeks. But we always came back to each other. I thought that meant something. We were planning our wedding. Fall, outdoors, burgundy and navy colors. I had a binder. Chloe was going to be a bridesmaid. She said she was happy for me. Then, a bomb dropped. Chloe got pregnant. No boyfriend. No real plan. She just said, "It happened." And of course, I stepped up. I hosted the baby shower, paid for the catering, decorated my entire backyard, even made little mason jar gifts for the guests. I was exhausted, but I wanted her to feel loved, supported, safe. That morning, I was running around like crazy, making sure the cupcakes were fresh, refilling drinks, setting up the photo booth backdrop. Everyone was laughing, mingling, cooing over her baby bump. Then Nate came over. His face was pale, hands shaking a little. I thought maybe something was wrong with his mom. She'd been in and out of the hospital lately. He said, "We need to talk." Now, I followed him around the corner of the house, behind the garden shed. His voice was shaking. "It's about Chloe," he said. My stomach dropped. "What about her?" "We've been close since we broke up last year." I laughed. Just a reflex. Like a nervous tick. "Close." He looked at me. His eyes didn't blink. Then I heard it. A giggle. Light. Breathless. I turned. Chloe was standing there, hands cradling her baby bump like it was a prop. She was sipping her pink lemonade like this was a rom-com. "We didn't mean to fall in love," she said. That's when I realized. The baby, it was his. I didn't ask. I didn't scream. I didn't even cry. I looked at them. Really looked. And then I walked. Past the folding chairs. Past the gift table. Past the dumb little banner that said, "Oh baby." I got in my car and drove. I didn't go home. I drove to a women's clinic across town. One I'd gone to a few weeks before for a routine checkup. I'd had a full STD panel done. Just a normal thing after Nate and I got back together last time. I never picked up the paperwork. So I went. And when I saw the folder in my hands, something clicked. They wanted to hurt me? Fine. But I wasn't going to fight them with fists or words. I was going to let them destroy themselves. You see, Chloe has always been scared of one thing. Getting sick. I mean, irrationally scared. She once took antibiotics for a UTI and called me sobbing because she Googled the side effects. She thinks pap smears are a conspiracy. That kind of scared. So I made a copy of my lab results. All negative, of course. But I changed one thing. I used Photoshop. Carefully. I even matched the font and the watermark. I changed it to show I had HSV too. Herpes. The kind that doesn't go away. I printed it. Put it in a crisp envelope. Mailed it to their house with no return address. I knew she'd open it. I knew she'd read it. I knew what would happen next. And it did. My mom called me 4 days after the wedding. Said Chloe was having a meltdown. Said they were delaying the honeymoon. Said something about trust issues. I just nodded. Said I hoped they worked it out. She never asked if I sent anything. But a week later, Chloe texted me. Just one line. Did you know before the baby shower? I didn't reply. Because she wasn't asking about the results. She was asking about her life. I didn't answer her text. I stared at it for a while, reread it 10 times. Did you know before the baby shower? She was scared. Not about the fake diagnosis. Not even about the baby. She was scared because she knew what I was capable of. She knew I was quiet when I got angry. She remembered when we were kids, how I used to wait. She'd break my stuff, lie about it, smile like it meant nothing. And I'd wait. I wouldn't say a word. Then one day her diary would be missing, or her favorite necklace would end up broken in half under the dresser. She always blamed me, but I never said yes or no. So this time, I didn't say a word either. 3 weeks passed. I lived my life. Worked my shifts at the dental office. Took up walking at night. Cut off social media. I didn't check their accounts. Didn't ask around. Didn't call my mom. I was silent. Until my friend Megan called. She said, "Hey, I don't know if you care, but I just saw something weird." I asked what? She sent me a screenshot from Chloe's Instagram. It was a picture of the baby's room. Cute little crib, elephant wallpaper, a big sign that said Baby James over the dresser. I stared at that name. James. Not the name they had picked. When Chloe told me she was having a boy, she said she wanted to name him Ashton. She cried talking about it. Said it felt right. That was 5 months ago. I asked Megan, did she say why the name changed? Megan said no. But then she added something else. She tagged Nate's sister in the photo. And the caption said, "For our son. Blue heart, a second chance at love." That's when I started wondering. Did Chloe even know for sure it was Nate's baby? Or was that just something they told themselves? I started digging. Pulled up old photos, old messages. Looked at the dates. Did the math. The timeline didn't make sense. She said she was 8 weeks pregnant in January. Nate and I had gotten back together in December. We were together every day through the holidays. I didn't remember him going anywhere without me. Not once. So when exactly did this big love story happen? And then I remembered something. A guy named Travis. Chloe had dated him briefly in November. She said it wasn't serious. That he was boring. I still had his number. I used to text him once, months ago, when Chloe lost her phone during a night out and asked me to help find him. So I sent him a text. Just said, "Hey, this is Lucy, Chloe's sister. Can I ask you something personal?" He answered in 5 minutes. I asked, "When did you two last sleep together?" He replied, Thanksgiving weekend?" Why? I didn't answer. Instead, I opened a browser and looked up a private DNA lab in Seattle. Ordered a kit. Paid extra for express processing and anonymity. Then I sent it. Not to Chloe. To Nate. With a note that said, "Don't make my mistake. Get the truth." I didn't expect to hear anything after I sent that package. I figured Nate would ignore it. Or maybe he'd assume I was bitter and toss it out. But 5 days later, he called me. I didn't recognize the number. It was a burner phone. Probably borrowed. Probably so Chloe wouldn't see it. His voice was low. Hoarse. Almost like he'd been crying. He didn't say hello. He just said, "Why would you do that?" I kept my voice calm. "Did you open it?" "Yes," he snapped. Then, quieter, "You really think I'd need a paternity test?" "You were sleeping with me and her the same month," I said. "So no, I don't think you know anything." There was silence on the line. Then a click. He hung up. I smiled. That was Friday. By Monday, the storm hit. Nate's sister, Danielle, posted a quote on Facebook. "Just white letters on a black background. Some people deserve to be exposed." No names, no tags. But 2 hours later, Chloe posted a selfie with the baby and the caption, "When people come for your family, cut them off before they cut deeper." I knew they were spiraling. Then I got another text from Chloe. This time longer. "You're sick. You need help. You don't ruin a baby's life because you're bitter. You're jealous. Admit it. You can't stand that someone wanted me over you." I stared at it. Jealous? That word stuck in my throat. She had no idea what she'd lost yet. I was about to show her. Because I didn't just send Nate the test. I had also sent another letter to Travis. This one was simpler. Just a screenshot of the baby's birth date. And a note that said, "You might be a father. If you care, check." And Travis? He cared. He wasn't like Nate. He wasn't quiet or cautious. He was angry. And 2 days later, he showed up at Chloe's house. I didn't see it happen, but I got a call from Megan. "You're not gonna believe this," she said, half whispering. Travis showed up during Chloe's mom group brunch and started yelling about the baby being his. What happened? Someone called the cops. He wouldn't leave. Said he has proof. Said he's doing his own DNA test. Chloe was sobbing. Full breakdown. I almost felt bad. Almost. But this was the part Chloe never understood. She thought betrayal was something you could cry your way out of. She thought love made her untouchable. She forgot that truth doesn't need permission. 3 weeks passed after Travis showed up. Then I got a voicemail from Nate. Just one line. "You were right." That was it. But I already knew what it meant. I didn't need the full story. I could picture it. Travis must have gone through with the DNA test. He must have gotten the results. The baby wasn't Nate's. He'd spent months thinking he had a son. He gave up everything, me, his home, his future, for Chloe. And none of it was real. I thought that would be enough for me. But it wasn't. Because Chloe still hadn't learned. She posted a video the next day, tears streaming down her face, holding the baby like a shield. People can lie. Men can lie. But moms know their babies, she said. This child is mine. I'm not letting toxic energy near him. I'm protecting my family. The comments were full of pity. Hearts. You're so strong. Sending love. Cut out the haters. And that's when I snapped. She still had them fooled. So I sent her one last gift. Not a fake one this time. A flash drive. Inside it were screenshots of messages. Real ones. From when she and I were younger. From when she was 16 and sleeping with her friend's stepdad. From when she bragged to me about stealing money from mom's purse. From when she laughed at faking a positive pregnancy test to trap a guy. I'd saved it all. Not because I meant to use it, but because I knew who she was. Deep down. And now the world would too. I sent it to 3 people. Her old high school best friend, who she ghosted after sleeping with her boyfriend. Her old boss, who always thought Chloe was a sweet angel. And a parenting blog group she'd just joined. By the next day, she was off social media. That week, I saw her at the grocery store. She looked rough. No makeup. Hair messy. She didn't even see me at first. But when she did, she flinched. Looked down at her cart, then walked right out of the store, empty-handed. She was finally ashamed. As for Nate, he moved to Spokane. He texted me once more, asking if we could talk sometime. I never answered. Because he wasn't a victim. He chose her. He lied to me. He looked me in the eye, in my house, and told me he loved me, while sleeping with my sister. And me? I've changed. I'm not the quiet fixer anymore. I'm not the good sister or the second mom. I'm the one they won't forget. I don't regret the fake test. I don't regret the letter. I don't regret anything, because I gave them a chance. They could have walked away. Instead, they lit the match. I just made sure the fire burned all the way down.